Hello, Remy here from quiltmockup.com, and today I'm going to be showing you a different way to use the free design tool on the Quilt Mockup. I am making, in real life, I am halfway through a cozy cabin quilt, one of these guys, and I'm stalled because I have a bunch of these centers of the blocks and I don't really know how I want to organize them on my quilt. Anyway, I've been stuck here for a while, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Design Your Own Quilt tool, and instead of designing the entire quilt, I am going to make all of the blocks that I have so far. So the blocks are 20 inches by 20 inches wide. I'm going to set the grid size to 2 because that is my smallest measurement. I could always reset this another time. I'll get back to that in a minute. And now I am going to start making my blocks over here. So if you've used this tool before, sweet. Let me show you a little bit about how to use this tool. So what we have here is we have the block design area up here. This is where you design the thing you're going to put on your quilt. So right now it starts off with a half square triangle and 8 by 8 with these two fabrics, and if I click anywhere here it puts that down on my thing. I'm going to undo those because I don't want these guys. You can click this to rotate them. You can swap these two fabrics. I mean, on the half square triangle, it's kind of like rotating it. I could also double click one of these to just make it go away. So now I'm just adding a triangle on its own. Boom, how about put that right there? So I am going to use this tool to make the center of my blocks. So I've already gone and found all the fabrics that I am using in this quilt. You can, if you've used the Quilt Mockup tool, it's just the same. You find here's a picture of one of the fabrics I found online. I would copy this JPEG URL. The way you get that is by going to any sort of quilt store website or manufacturer website, find an image you want, right click it, copy the image link. Sometimes I like to open it in a new tab like I've done there just to make sure it's actually like a nice, oh, that's a really big image, a nice large image and not a teeny tiny thumbnail. So copy your URL, come over here, paste it in there, and there you go. You have a new fabric that you can play with now. So I am going to pause this and I'm going to add some fabrics here. Actually, here's what I'm going to do. My blocks each have 8 different fabrics in them and also a background fabric. So I'm going to add more fabrics until I have 9 fabrics over here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that right? Yes, that's right. Okay, the first one here, I'm going to put my background fabric. Kona Natural. And then I'm looking at my wall of quilt blocks over here. Let's see. The quilt block that's right next to me has one of these. It has, where's that purple guy? You know what? Let me pause this. Let me add my fabrics and then I'll show you what to do next. Et voila! What was a minute and a half for me was no seconds at all for you. Okay, now I have, for one block, I have all the fabric that is used on one block. You'll see that there's a repeat fabric here. I will explain why I did it like that in just a moment. But anyway, so now to make our block, I am going to start by adding the background. Obviously, when you make a quilt, you cut your background up into little pieces and sew it together with all your fabrics. But in this one, I'm just going to fill this whole space with that background fabric so I don't have to think about it anymore. I've just made a rectangle block, set its width and height to be the width and height of my canvas here that I'm using, my block, and just fill the whole thing in. Ta-da! We got our background. So next up, I am going to make what is it called? The log cabin on the edges of the fabric. So I'm going to make another rectangle piece. The width is 2 inches and the height I'm going to set at 6 inches. And the fabric I'm going to use is, this is the one that I want. Okay, so we have our 2x6, and this one goes here, and now I'm going to click this block piece here to rotate it and put the next one there. Now we got our corner. Let's see, the next corner uses this fabric. Put that there, there. The next one uses this one. That there. You see the little red outline when I move my cursor over the grid of where it's gonna go. And then the last one is this one right here. Boom and boom. Actually, let me show you. If I make a mistake, if I click it here and now this is too high up, I hope you can see that, you know, it's like the lowest difference fabric. If I make a mistake, I can either click the undo button, boing, or I could go over and with the background fabric color over it like that. Ta-da! Mistake corrected. Okay, next I'm going to be putting the star in the middle. So I'm going to start with, in the very middle, it's a little square with 4x4. And this block uses this color. Boom. And then I'm just going to put all the squares because that would be easiest. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. You notice that I have this fabric used twice in this block. But instead of using the same fabric from my little fabric pile down here, I put it in twice, and I'll show you why I do that in a minute. Basically, when you're using this tool, this area up here is your block design area. This is how you're designing what's going to go onto the quilt. And this area down here is, think of it as kind of your fabric pile. This is your pole. This is all the fabric that you are planning to use. I could click this a bunch of times and add all of my fabrics into here to play around with. But since I'm just making one block at a time, I just have in here the fabrics that I'm using for this one block. Okay, now I'm going to start adding the pointy bits. Okay, it's a half star triangle. Okay, you'll notice that this is empty here. I'm going to leave it empty, but what I could also do is I could put in the background fabric here. Maybe I'll just do that. So I have this, I'm going to put that over here, but I need to rotate my triangle there. Now rotate it again until it gets there. Now put that guy back in there. This is where I'm going to make a mistake on my rotations here. Grab that, pull it in. Wait, what do I need? This one. There we go. Wow, way to go. All right, and the last one. There? Yes. All right. Does that look right? Yes, I think that is right. Okay, so now I have one of my blocks here. I am going to, I want to now save this image. So right now, if I save this image, it's going to save with this grid line on top of it. I don't want that. I want just the picture of the fabrics. So I'm going to click Show Grid, unclick it, I guess, to make that go away. And now it's just, oh, look at that. It looks just like the block that's hanging on my design wall right now. Save this. You'll see I've already made a couple of here. Block 5, and now save. Now I'm going to mock up another block. Now that I have this already here, already designed, already with these fabrics here, it's going to be really easy for me to swap out different fabric patterns. And I'll show you why. So the way that this block works is it says, okay, this fabric that right here that I'm using, that's whatever fabric you have in this position in your little fabric pile there. So if I change that fabric, let's see. This other block uses the seeds pattern. Where is it? Oy, no. Uh-oh. Yellow seeds, where are you? There it is. I can, now that I've found the fabric I want to use in this area right here, the yellow part of the star, I can just grab it from the recent fabrics over here and drag it into that position, and it changes here. And let's see, the next one is that purple. Where's it? Ah, this one. Scroll that up, move it here. Ta-da! Without me needing to do anything, it just goes ahead and updates that. So let me go ahead and get all of these updated. Pink one here, and red seeds here. Now you can see why I used two different fabrics here, even though they were using the same image. It's so that when I change them to create a new block, it doesn't change it in both places, because in different blocks, those are different colors. They're not always the same color in all the blocks I've made. In this one, that one's the birds. Oh, that's that one. And see, in this one I have the purple seeds. No, not seeds. What are these ones called? I forget all the names of these fabrics. It's been a while. This thing has been languishing. And add it up. I know that one. Just gotta find them all. That's fun. Ta-da! All right, there is another block finished. I'll go ahead and save that one. Block 6. And now I'm going to keep doing that until I have all 9 of my blocks, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do next. All right, I have now created all 9 of my blocks. Now I want to rearrange them and organize them and try different arrangements of them. And the way I'm going to do that is actually just put them into a different painting tool program on my computer and just kind of rearrange them. So what I have is I have this program. I'm on a PC. This one's called Krita. I don't know. I literally a long time ago Googled free painting program that's sort of like, what is that one? Photoshop. So what I've done is I have gone ahead and taken all my little images. Let me do this one. Copy it. I did a Control-C copy. I'm going back to this program and I'm going to paste it in there. And I have done that for all of them. Wait, why is that other one not showing? Oh, it's underneath. Okay. I've done that for all of them already. Just go ahead and I really wanted to use a program that you can have do the different layer thing, because then it's easy to, oh great, that's annoying, to move each one around. This background I actually just made it in Paint because I am much better at Paint. I opened up each of these files in Paint to see how many pixels wide they were, and use that to figure out how many pixels wide the entire quilt needed to be, and then marked out these little guidelines. As you can see, I don't have the finished blocks yet. The cozy cabin quilt, there's more layers of log cabin around each block, and I don't have those yet because I am a control freak and I don't know what colors to do yet. Anyway, before I can figure out what colors I want to do, I have to figure out what order these are going to be in so that the colors don't touch each other. I don't know, you guys, send help. But now all I'm going to do is go around, move these guys around to different spots. I can, you know, always rotate them, do different things with them. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to show you, is just a different way to use that Quilt Mockup tool. You don't have to attempt to design your entire quilt in the free design area. I just use it to design each block and then play with them in a different program or in different ways. I hope you try it out. I hope you have fun. Always send me messages, things that you like, things that you don't like, things that are broken, please. Thank you, everybody who sends me messages on Instagram of things that are broken. And yeah, have fun.